We have 37 in the call now, and if it was to stay at that number, I imagine we may get through everybody. Sadly, it probably won't. We'll probably get a lot more people than that, and we won't get a chance to get to everybody. If we don't get to you, I'm very, very sorry. It's just how these things work and time constraints, and it's a sad reality of how these work. If you were here last month, right, and you didn't get to sing last month, there was maybe 5 or 6 people who were left out. Can you hit the raise your hand button on the side there? Only if you were here last month and you didn't get a chance to. If you would still like to sing, please don't use the raise hand button. I'll like I say, I'll do my best to get to everybody throughout the evening. If it is your turn to sing, I will try and give you a heads up in the form of a private message. If you happen not to see the private message or one thing or another, please don't be alarmed if you're asked to sing. It's just the only way we can manage. Our special guest for the evening is Ian Lynch. He'll be joining us at around 20 to 10 and again at 20 to 11, which I'm very looking forward to, as I'm sure you are as well. And please, guys, use the chat down the bottom here if you can. It's a good way to have conversations in between everything and talk about the origin of songs or what happens. And if you want to give words of encouragement or compliment some singers, please, that's the best way to do it. So, without further ado, I will kick us off. The first 3 singers are going to be Mr. Dublin, Noel from outside Washington, D.C., and third up, we will have Mick Dunn from Finglas, but living in South Armagh. So I'm going to try unmute Tom now. Tom, you might have to accept my unmuting. Say hi when you're unmuted.
Hi, Darrell. Can you hear me?
How are you doing,
good,
Tom?
Good.
No better man to kick off an evening of singing. Have you got a song for us?
I have indeed. Yeah, I can. It's the 4th of July, so I thought I'd sing an American song. And in fact, I'm going to sing Hard Times. And in fact, Stephen Foster wrote Hard Times in 1854. Actually had his birthday on the 4th of July as well. So I'll do Hard Times in recognition of his birthday and in recognition of the 4th of July. Let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all sup sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. There's a song, it sighs of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many years you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. While we seek mirth and beauty and music bright and gay, there are frail forms fading at the door. Though their voices be silent, their pleading looks will say, oh, hard times come again no more. There's a song, it sighs of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. There's a pale, silent maiden who toils her life away. With a worn heart, her better days are o'er. Though her voice may be merry, she's sighing all the day. Oh, hard times come again no more. There's a song, it sighs of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many years you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. There's a song, it sighs of the weary. hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. Oh, hard times come again no more. Should I will?
A mighty, mighty, more than appropriate song, Tom. Thank you so much for gracing us with that one. Okay, we are going to move over now to Ms. Lisa Knoll. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you
For
hear
those that don't,
me?
we can hear you perfectly fine, Lisa. For those that don't know, Lisa is a great singer based outside DC who's been a great friend to me over the years. Whenever I'm looking for songs or books or whatever, I can just send her a little email and she'll always help me out. And she's a great singer as well. What have you got for us, Lisa?
I've got a song from the Carrie Grover collection. This is a song of comes from her family. Carrie lived in Nova Scotia but moved to Maine as a young person. So as a New Englander, I like to think of this as a New England version of an Irish song, or it's found much more often in America. So in a way, it's a song about Ireland from America, rallying up the troops over on this side for a historical moment over there. One evening of late as I rambled, it was down by a fair purling stream. I sat down on my bank of primroses, and it's there I fell into a dream. I dreamed that a fair one approached me, her equal I ne'er saw before. She was mourning the wrongs of her country as she roamed along Erin's green shore. Her eyes were like sparkling diamonds, or like jewels on some clear frosty night. Her cheeks were like two blooming roses, her teeth like the ivory white. She resembled the goddess of freedom, and green was the mantle she wore, embroidered with shamrocks and roses, as she roamed along Erin's green shore. I boldly addressed this fair maiden, my jewel, pray tell me your name. To this country I know you are a stranger, or I would not have asked you the same. I'm a sister to Daniel O'Connell. To this country I've lately sailed o'er, to awaken my brother's long slumber. I have strolled from Erin's green shore. Erin's green shore.
Absolutely gorgeous, Lisa. For those who don't know, Carrie Grover was an amazing singer, as Lisa rightly puts it, from Nova Scotia that later moved to Maine. And she released a book of her songs towards the end of her life. And it's the book from which Paul Brady got Arthur McBride, that great version, as well as The Jolly Soldier. And has been a really important collection on this side of the world. So thank you very much for that, Lisa. Okay, we're going to move forward now to a man in South Armagh, but always in Finglas in his heart. Mick Dunn, are you there?
I am there, thanks.
In your own time, sir.
If anybody objects to musical accompaniment what I do on the ukulele barely counts as musical accompaniments. Oh, the violets were scenting the wood, Nora, displaying their charm to the bee. When I first said I loved only you, Nora, and you said you loved only me. The chestnut blooms gleamed through the glade, Nora, a robin sang loud from a tree. When I first said I loved only you, Nora, and you said you loved only me. The golden-robed daffodils shone, Nora, and danced in the breeze on the lea. When I first said I loved only you, Nora, and you said you loved only me. The trees, birds and bees sang a song, Nora, of happier transports to be. When I first said I loved only you, Nora, and you said you loved only me. Our dreams, they have never come true, Nora, our hopes, they were never to be. When I first said I loved only you, Nora, and you said you loved only me. When I first said I loved only you, Nora, and you said you loved only me.
Hup.
Here we go.
But man, McDunn, I'm calling from the north inner city here in O'Casey country, and I swear as soon as you sang that, all the birds came to the window to have a listen. Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. All right, we're going to continue on now with Bernie Dermody. Bernie, I'm going to ask to unmute you, but you have to accept it. Bernie, are you there?
Okay, yeah.
We've
Yeah.
got you. Have you got a song in
Yeah.
you?
Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, I'll do Frank Hart's song, They Are in Exile.
Gorgeous.
And hopefully you can hear me without the wind. The wind is blowing down the chimney here and something desperate. 53 and the factories are closing. There's not enough work to go round. My brother, he stuck to the farming, and I headed out for London town. South Camden and I'm in my lodgings. The room is both dirty and small, but the landlady's simple and friendly. She makes up for the damp on the wall. She makes up for the damp on the wall. 7:30 a.m. in the morning, myself and the lads on the road, and the noise of the dozer is deafening, and the work is a sight to behold. But the sob is a gift sent from heaven. It will bide me until I get paid. 'Twill pay for the rent and the drinking, and leave me a bit for to save. and leave me a bit for to say. Well, I've worked for both Lang and for Wimpy. I've been sent from Billy to Jack. I've worked till there's nothing left in me, and I've worked till I've broken my back. Come payday, I'm out on the batter. There's not a lot else for to do. I've sent a few pounds to my parents. Now the rest is for me and for you. The rest is for me and for you. Come Christmas, I'm standing in Euston, my brown leather suitcase in hand, and the 9:30 is waiting to take me back over to sweet Inishman. And it's out beyond Watford and Rugby. By Chester I've had my 8 beer. Past Bangor and the cold streets of Menai, and finally Holyhead Pier. And finally Holyhead Pier. Well, you'd think the whole country of Erin was waiting to get on the boat, for there's accents from Antrim to Kerry, from Westport to the high hill of Holt. And in no time we're into Dunleary, with the dawn rising clear in the sky. I am on the last leg of my journey. It's hello to the fair Iron Isle. It's hello to the fair Iron Isle. Well, there's great jubilation and laughter. It's true that there's no place like home, with all of my friends and relations, but too soon I will have to be gone. For there's not enough work in this country. There's not enough land to go round. So with thousands of others just like me, I am heading back for London town. I am heading back for London town. Sinead.
Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff, Bernie. Thank you so much. As
Thank you,
relevant
Thank
as
you.
relevant today as it ever was. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Okay,
Thanks,
we're
Amelia.
going to move on now to Mr. Fergus Catalan, calling from the Broadstone Fibber area. Fergus, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can indeed. Squilamache.
Didn't know what to do, but it was great to see Luke Cheevers and the stalwarts of the goaling last night. So I got this one off Fergus Russell, the original Fergus of the group. I think it speaks more to his past than mine. But anyway. Well, I used to be a ladies' man, but that's all over now. For courting 6 girls all at once didn't suit me anyhow. Me mother said 'twas naughty, I wouldn't take her advice. I knew that it was naughty, still I found it very nice. Well, on Monday I met Mary Ann, on Tuesday Mary Jane, on Wednesday charming Miss McCann, on Thursday Kathy Payne, on Friday Molly Hopkins, and on Saturday Miss McCall. I wouldn't go out on Sunday night for fear I'd meet them all. Well, I wrote a note to Mary Ann, addressed to Mary Jane, signed for charming Miss McCann in care of Kathy Payne. I sent it to Molly Hopkins, it delivered to Miss McCall, and that was how they found me out and made me pay for all. For on Monday I met Mary Ann, on Tuesday Mary Jane, On Wednesday, charming Miss McCann. On Thursday, Kathy Payne. On Friday, Molly Hopkins. And on Saturday, Miss McCall. I wouldn't go out on Sunday night for fear I'd meet them all. Oh, I never will forget the day I met those darling six. They scowled and said, "'Tis now you'll pay for all your dirty tricks." Mary Ann, she scrubbed me face till it ran red with blood. And Miss McCann brought round a man that kicked me in the ankle. Oh, and Kathy Payne, she scrubbed me face till it ran red with blood. And the dirty Molly Hopkins, she splattered me with mud. And then to make the job complete, the vengeful Miss McCall, she whacked me hat till it was flat against the garden wall. Oh, on Monday I met Mary Ann, on Tuesday Mary Jane. On Wednesday, charming Miss McCann. On Thursday, Kathy Payne. On Friday, Molly Hopkins. And on Saturday, Miss McCall. Well, it serves me right now every night. I haven't got one at all. Sinead.
You naughty, naughty boy, Fergus. Good Lord.
That's Fergus Russell.
From one Fergus to another. Perfect stuff. Okay. Going to head over now across the Atlantic to someone on the Pacific. Amelia Hogan. I'm going to ask to unmute you now and you have to accept me. I've asked to unmute.
Yes.
I think we have you, Amelia. How are you?
Doing all right.
Yeah.
It's lovely 68-degree Fahrenheit weather, so that's nice and cool in terms of a summer most places.
That would have most of us sweating and lying on a pavement somewhere. But I take your point. Have you got a song for us?
I do. It's a modern composition, and in honor of America, I think I want to talk about its problematic capitalist issues. I walked through the hall where the woods used to stand, concrete at my feet, brick walls at every hand, and over my head, steel girders so strong, where I first felt the spell of the wood thrush's song. Now the wood thrush has vanished, seeking the place that's not felt the crush of man's embrace. The steep woods are gone now, and oh how I long to again feel the spell of the wood thrush's song. Over my head, just a few years ago, the poplar leaves shivered when the breezes did blow. Now the deep hum of engines drowns the soft sigh of the wind in the leaves of the few trees left here nearby. And oh, the wood thrush has vanished, seeking the place that's not felt the crush of man's embrace. The steep woods are gone now, and oh, how I long to again feel the spell of the wood thrush's song. Man is the inventor, the builder, the sage, the writer and seeker of truth by the page. But all of his knowledge can never explain the deep mystery of the wood thrush refrain. And now the wood thrush has vanished, seeking the place that's not felt the crush of man's embrace. The steep woods are they're gone now. And oh, how I long to again feel the spell of the wood thrush's song. Choked myself up there a second, but
That's okay. I think you choked up the rest of us as well. Amelia, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. Okay, our next singer is a singer I attempted to notify. However, I'm not sure if you've seen it. That man is Eugene Downey. Eugene, I'm going to unmute you now. If you'd be so kind as to give us a song. I think a man of your experience can tolerate being caught on the hop. How are you, Eugene?
I'm grand. I didn't get your message. Looking here, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Good to be here. And somebody put up there that this was like an ongoing week-long Sakul or something. There seems to be singing every night of the week, and can't get enough of it. Anyway, this is a song. Some of you may have heard me singing it. It's an old Dublin song. Could be 100 years old. I don't know, but it used to confuse me in the beginning when I first heard it, because it begins, "What brings you into my room, to my room, to my room?" And I thought, that doesn't make sense. Why doesn't a song say, "What brings you into my house, to my house, to my house?" And then after a while, the penny dropped, and it dawned on me that one room was, in fact, that woman's house. She did everything in that one room. People slept in the room, they washed in the room, they cooked in the room. And this is a reference back to the days of the tenements in Dublin that Sean O'Casey writes about so magnificently. Anyway, that's the sleeve notes out of the way. Here we go. What brings you into my room, to my room, to my room? What brings you into my room? Said the mistress unto Dan. I've come here to court your daughter, ma'am. I thought it no great harm, ma'am. Oh, Dan, me dear, you're welcome here. Thank you, ma'am, says Dan. Where did you meet me daughter, me daughter, me daughter? Where did you meet me daughter? Said the mistress unto Dan. Going to the well for water, ma'am. To draw the pail, I taught her, ma'am. Oh, Dan, you are a clever man. Thank you, ma'am, says Dan. Now, if you take me daughter, me daughter, me daughter. Now, if you take me daughter, said the mistress unto Dan. Now, if you take me daughter, Dan, of course you'll take me also, Dan. Oh, Dan, you are a lovely man. Thank you, ma'am, says Dan. Now this couple, they got married, got married, got married. This couple, they got married, Miss Elizabeth and Dan. And now he keeps her mother and her father and her brother. Oh, Dan, you are a decent man. Go to hell, says Dan.
Great, Eugene Downey, Lord of Hoth, coming all the way via Belfast as well. Brilliant stuff, Eugene. Thanks so much. Okay, we are going to go over back to the California area this time to hear from Pamela. Pamela, I'm going to unmute you, but you have to accept the unmuting. Are you there?
Indeed, I am.
And have you a song?
Of course I do. I'll give you one that I learned from the singing of Séamus Ennis. A gentleman's fair daughter walked down a narrow lane when he met with Captain Wedderburn, the keeper of the game. He said to his serving man, if it were not for the law, that maid would lie in bed with me, and she'd lie next the wall. Oh, go away, young man, she said, and do not bother me. For before I'd lie one night with you, you must answer questions three. 3 questions you must answer me whilst I set forth them all. Before you and I in one bed could lie, or I lie next the wall. For my breakfast you must bring to me a bird without a bone. For my dinner you must bring to me a cherry without a stone. For my supper you must bring to me a bird without a gall. Before I would lie in bed with you at either stock or wall. Well, a bird when it is in the egg, it surely has no bone. And a cherry when in blossom, it surely has no stone. The dove, she is a gentle bird, she flies without a gall. So you and I in one bed should lie, and you lie next the wall. Oh, go away, young man, she said, do not me perplex. For before I'd lie one night with you, you must answer questions 6. 6 questions you must answer me whilst I set forth them all. Before I would lie in bed with you at either stock or wall. What is rounder than a ring? What is higher than a tree? And what is worse than woman's wrath? What is deeper than the sea? What bird sings best, and what tree buds first, and on it the dew first falls? Before you and I in one bed could lie, or I lie next the wall. Well, the world is rounder than a ring, and heaven's higher than a tree, and the devil's worse than woman's wrath. Hell is deeper than the sea. The lark sings best, the oak buds first, and on it the dew first falls. So you and I in one bed should lie, and you lie next the wall. Oh, go away, young man, she said, and bother me no more. For before I'd lie one night with you, you must bring me items 4. 4 things that you must bring to me whilst I set forth them all. Before I would lie in bed with you at either stock or wall. You must bring to me a mantle that warp nor weft went through. You must bring to me a winter fruit that in December grew. A sparrow's horn and a priest unborn to wed us both in twa. Before I would lie in bed with you at either stock or wall. Well, my mother has a silk mantle that warp nor weft went through. My father has some winter fruit that in December grew. A sparrow's horn is easy found, there's one on every claw. And Melchizedek was a priest unborn. Now you lie next to the wall.
Hup! Thank you very much, Pamela. Great to hear some Séamus Ennis in the Séamus Ennis Arts Centre from halfway across the world. You could do a lot worse. Okay, I'm going to head over now to my good pal, Joe. Joe, I'm going to ask to unmute you, but you've got to accept it. Are you there, Joe?
Hello.
Joe is a wonderful singer from Norfolk who we've recently stolen. I always make the joke, his partner, Niamh Berry, went over and lived and came back with a singer, and we're going to send her back to get a few more before her time is out. How are you, Joe?
All good, all good.
Have you got a song for us?
Yeah. I'm going to sing this one. It was written by a chap called Bernard Gilbert in the 1910s. It's about the Fens in East Anglia being drained for cattle, and there's a way of life of the Fen people that was lost. And this is from the view of one of these Fen people. No more I hear the waters roar, roused by the coming of the boar. No more the river turns again to sweep across the level fen. No more the winds in fury ride across the marshes wild and wide, before the rising of the tide. The waters roam no more. No more I wade along the fen for heron nor for water hen, nor hug the bottom of my boat as to the feeding ducks I'd float, nor ambush lay where roving I to watch like specks against the sky, the wild geese circling on high. The waters roam no more. No more I creep nor crouch and run, nor trail my old long-barreled gun, nor listen how the water laps about my sunken fishing traps. It's been 80 years since as a boy I first helped at the duck decoy, and now I know but little joy. The waters roam no more. My father knew the hidden ways about the waste and marshy maze. He knew each haunt of bird and fish, and how to find 'em at his wish. While sometimes in his punt he'd sing, until the reedy dikes would ring. And now's the end of everything. The waters roam no more. When on a dark and stormy night there'd stir a noise or sudden light, I'd lay and pant to hear them shout, in panic 'cause the water's out. For long I'd look and anxious strain, alas my hope is all as vain, and sad I'd go to sleep again. The waters roam no more. No more the water roams the land, but hid away at every hand is led in channels to the sea, instead of flowing fancy free. Instead of roaring fierce and wild, the same as when I were a child, they creep imprisoned and defiled. The water roams no more.
Mighty stuff, Joe. Wonderful lyrics and beautifully delivered as always. Okay, I'm going to head over now to Ms. Niamh Parsons. Someone I haven't seen too much of on these Zoom sessions, but I'm very happy to. Nonetheless, Niamh, I'm going to ask to unmute you, and you have to accept my unmuting. Here we go. We have
Yeah, I have early nights. Daytime is my thing, but I've actually got house guests at the moment, and I'm being very rude. But I couldn't miss this. I'll sing a a song that I was given in about 1992, and it's from the Sandy and Caroline Patton collection. It's an American song. It's called "Across the Blue Mountain." One morning, one morning, one morning in May, I overheard a married man to a young girl say, "Go dress you up, pretty Katie, and come along with me across the Blue Mountain to the Allegheny. I'll buy you a horse, love, and a saddle to ride. I'll buy myself another to ride by your side. We'll stop at every tavern, we'll drink when we're dry. Across the Blue Mountain goes my Katie and I. Then up spoke the mother, and angry she was then. Oh daughter, he is a married man, and there's plenty of young man more handsome than he. So let him take his own wife to the Allegheny. Oh mother, he's the man of my heart. And wouldn't it be a dreadful thing if we were to part? I'd envy every woman that I'd ever see go across the Blue Mountain to the Allegheny. We left before daybreak on a buckskin and run past tall shimmering pines where the mockingbirds moan, past dark cabin windows where eyes never see, across the Blue Mountain to the Allegheny, past dark cabin windows where eyes never see, across the Blue Mountain to the Allegheny. Thanks for asking, Dara. Great, you're doing a great job hosting. Thank you.
Pleasure is all mine, Niamh. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, I'm going to head over to Mr. Gavin Byrne down in Wexford. Gavin, are you there?
Yeah, good evening.
How are you doing, sir?
Not too bad, not too bad. It's a lovely evening you have going. I'll
And
try the Roxabon Tom Lennon's version.
No better, go for it.
Come all you loyal heroes, wherever you may be. Don't hire with any farmer till you know what your work will be. For you'll get up there in the morning, from the clear daylight of dawn. And 'tis then you'll have to tackle up and plough the rocks of Bon. Rise up, young Sweeney, and give them horses hay. Go give them a good feed of oats before you start the day. Don't feed them on soft turnip, let them out in yon green lawn. And 'tis then you might be able for to plough the rocks of Bon. My shoes they are all worn, and my stockings they are getting thin. And me heart is always trembling, what fear I would give in. My heart is always trembling for the clear daylight of dawn. I'm afraid I won't be able for to plough the rocks of Bon. I wish that Patrick Sarsfield would write to me in time and place me in some regiment all in my youth and prime. I would fight for Ireland's glory from the clear daylights of dawn. But I never would return again to plough the rocks of Bon. My curse upon you, Sweeney, for you have me nearly robbed. And you sitting by the fireside with your dudeen in your gob. And you sitting by the fireside from the clear daylight till dawn. And I know you won't be able for to plough the rocks of Bon. It is true that I must ramble, it is true that I must go. It is true that I must ramble from my dear old Irish home. My poor old heart is breaking for the clear daylight of dawn. For I know I won't return no more for to plough the rocks of Bon. Curve Mahagwin.
Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff, Gavin. Thanks you very much. I wonder, was the Queen of England more likely to reply than Patrick Sarsfield to this letter? But,
Perhaps.
Perhaps we'll never know. Okay, I'm going to go to Eliza Carthy next, and Shans Gamer Kian Ignish Will Tereshin. Don't know if you can hear me or not. Okay, I'm going to go to Eliza Carthy now, a woman who has undoubtedly made use of the newly reopened barbers, or hairdressers in her case. Eliza, got to ask to unmute you. You have to accept me, unfortunately.
That's okay. Have you got me now?
We have.
You know, I don't think I've been to a hairdresser's in 10 years, and most people I know would know would know that. But,
you could have fooled me, Eliza.
I made use of the packet stuff from Superdrug, is what I did. Other shops are available. Oh, thanks, Elaine. All right, I'm going to sing a I know some people have been doing some new ones, so I'm going to sing one that's both new and old. I've been working on these translations from the Arabian Nights and singing this, which is I put it into verse because it was kind of a bit loose, but it's basically the story of the fall of an empire, and it's called Musa, the Death of the King. How many ones alighted in these halls, and times disaster struck others as well. What they had hoarded was divided. Oh, they left it for others and went their way. How have I stood in battle and brought death? How many things have I been witness to? How much I ate and how much wine I drank. How often have I heard the singing girls? What blessings they once had, how much they hate, but they themselves are eaten in the earth. How often have I ordered and forbade? How many stubborn fortresses you see that I besieged and sacked and washed with fire, taking their lovely women as my spoils. But in my folly I was led to sin, to satisfy desire with transient things. So hold a reckoning within, young man, before you have to drink the cup of death. For soon earth will be sprinkled over you as you lie lifeless in your earthbound grave. What I left, I did not leave from love. This was decreed by fate, which governs me. For long I lived in happiness and free. I was a savage lion in my den. I would not give a single mustard seed. Such was my greed, though were I burned alive, till I fell victim to the fates decreed, when God decreed that I was soon to die.
Gorgeous, Eliza. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for being with us and singing for us. Great stuff. Okay, Thomas Condol, hui go far dir chonel, Daravanam Nisha Makawil. Nisha, I'm going to try and unmute you now. You have to accept my unmuting. You're there. Nisha, kakol tu.
Atam go mai, chimata te hena rara.
Yeah, fibre be. Well, our natsa.
There you go, my hen gonna all the fudgy gra. Hi everyone. Really enjoying all the singing. I'm going to do a bit of Séamus here for you, all the way from one D to your Connell. I don't know what my connection is like at the minute. Can you hear me all right, Dara? Is it sounding
perfect?
Fine?
Perfect.
Good, because there's a full-blown gale blowing out there at the minute. But I'm going to sing a song from Tory Island, which is the an island that's 9 miles off the northern coast of Donegal, and they have a big Séamus singing tradition out there. Séamus means old style, so that's what I'm singing today. And the song's called the Fudgy Gira. And I know we've a lot of transatlantic singers here today, so this is a good one for them because it deals with the immigration. A young man called Patrick Dixon left Tory Island and he went off to America. And this song is actually generally sung by a woman, but of late more men have started to sing it. And it's basically the cooey or the loneliness she has for her first love, which was Patrick Dixon, who actually died in America after spending 3 months over there. He never returned back to Green Erin's Isle. So this is a Fudgy Gra. صفوادي أجرى ما جمعت قاجي تصوان خير ما تناقر ياقتو آخري يا ماهيو دمعك جاغم سجام رخوداي سلام نبوات سوال الناري جنة غرم قسمي في دوسنا تنجار شاجر نورادي ارقاتي ودمايي رانو نجدوني زماجين جلوان نرس مينجا مرتي وادي يابيكم عنوناني سوال ما sweetheart توالي سكراكشن مشال يامين صفوادي خطية ندانك تواني يرفي خم غادر كده sweetheart دينا هيلك بروتجن نريا ما يا سوال روم نسي شيف ما جريت دالي أقول الخور مالا خش لنا خش واخر أكون يترى يوم آخر نار والدي تاجيش لنا يوم تسول سن بكورغام ناقص قاس تبكي ناقام خيمة واخر الناس كل قراد يوم ماجيب صفوادي غطي يشري تمام يا لطيف نالهار فادي غطي يشري تمام Maria la buena l'estor Padida hopidete esta de ben skaje madalu bekevnyagam Get my
Oh, my yeah, Nisha Kara. Nilak Fokalawan, there's only one word for that, and that's galante. Gorgeous. Thanks so much for joining us, August. Nobby at the Stranger, don't be a stranger. You're welcome anytime here. Okay. we're going to move over now to Elaine over in Bonnie, Scotland. Elaine, I'm going to ask to unmute you. You have to accept us. Do we have you? We do. Elaine, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm reeling after that. That was just amazing. Just gorgeous. So I think I'm going to sing a wee Burns song. I really like this one because it's a really tender love song, but like the third verse, he's just in a rage, mainly about blood sports. So just love that, the wee Burns song. So this is Westland Wins. Now Westland winds and slaughtering guns bring autumn's pleasant weather. The moorcock springs on wooden wings among the blooming heather. Now even green wild o'er the plain delights the weary farmer. The moon shines bright as I rove at night to muse upon my charmer. The partridge loves the fruitful fell, the plover loves the mountain. The woodcock haunts the lonely dell, the soaring hen the fountain. Through lofty groves the cushat roves, the path a man to shun it. The hazel bush o'erhangs the thrush, the spreading thorn the linnet. Thus every kind their pleasure find, the savage and the tender. Some social join in leagues combine, some solitary wander. Avaunt away thy cruel sway, tyrannic man's dominion. The sportsman's joy, the murdering cry, the fluttering gory pinion. But Peggy dear, the evening's clear, swift flies the skimming swallow. The sky is blue, the fields in view, all fading green and yellow. So let us stray our gladsome way and view the charms of nature. The rustling corn, the fruited thorn, and every happy creature. We'll gently walk and sweetly talk till the silent moon shines clearly. I'll grasp thy waist and fondly pressed will swear I love thee dearly. Not vernal showers to budding flowers, not autumn to the farmer. So dear could be as thou to me, my fair, my lovely charmer.
Oh, gorgeous stuff, Elaine. Bra, isn't that what you guys would say? Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, well, for fear of this getting any better, we're just going to have to go straight to our guests now, in order just to take us up to the absolute optimal height here, and that guest is of course Ian Lynch. Oh, dear, I muted myself there. Ian will be known to most of you here as a member of the band Lankum, but alongside that, he has been developing his own craft as a solo traditional singer, taking influence from a lot of great Dublin singers, traveller singers, what have you, and I'm very excited about hearing him. I'm going to ask Ian to unmute, and he'll have to accept me. Ian, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Lovely stuff.
You must have a few songs.
I have one or two, yeah.
Take it away.
We'll bust them out and see how it goes. How he's doing? Really nice to see everyone, and so many faces that have become familiar over the last few months. I think, yeah, like everyone else, I don't know what I would have done throughout lockdown without the singing. So I'm going to start off with a song. I got this from a singer from Kent over in England called Lucy Farrell. It's a song called I'd Rather Be Tending My Sheep. And as far as I know, she got it from a book of songs by a woman called Ruth Tongue. Ruth Tongue said that she learned it from someone who she just called Old Shepherd. But apparently everyone reckons she wrote it herself. I don't really think it matters because I just like it as a song. And I should show you actually, yeah, before I start. I'm going to be playing this thing, which is a Shruti box that I got when I was in India a few years ago. So yeah, this is called I'd Rather Be Tending My Sheep.
I'd rather be tending my sheep. My ewes and my rams and my little young lambs. Yes, I'd rather be tending my sheep. Hey, shepherd, I have been all my life. 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 and I do meet my foe when the cold winds do blow, and the foxes so cunning hide down in the snow. So I'd rather be tending my sheep. Yes, I'd rather be tending my sheep. My ewes and my rams and my little young lambs. Yes, I'd rather be tending my
Oh, now. So, yeah, so it's a bit of carry on. So, let's get my breath back. The next song I wanted to sing is one that I first heard a good few years ago now from the one and only Luke Cheevers. From what I understand, it's originally a Donegal song, maybe from Tory Island, and it was originally called Cúch Molundov Bui, and this translation was made, I think, sometime around the turn of the century, and it's called The Brown and the Yellow Ale, reportedly a favourite song of James Joyce's. But yeah, I'll give it a shot. Let's see, let's get a key off this.
As I was going down the road one fine morning, oh, the brown and the yellow ale, I met with a man who was no right man. Oh, love of my heart. He asked me if the woman by my side was my daughter. Oh, the brown and the yellow ale. When I said it was my wife, well, his manner didn't alter. Oh, love of my heart. He asked me if I'd lend her for an hour and a day. Oh, the brown and the yellow ale. I said if she thinks it fair, well then take her away. Oh, love of my heart. She said, you take the low road, I'll take the upper. Oh, the brown and the yellow ale, and we'll meet the ford of the river. Oh, love of my heart. Well, I was waiting by that ford for an hour and a quarter. Oh, the brown and the yellow whale, when she came to me, it was without shame I saw her. Oh, love of my heart. When she told me her story, I lay down and I died. Oh, the brown and the yellow whale, she sent 2 men for timber, and she never even cried. Oh, love of my heart. A board of alder and a board of holly. Oh, the brown and the yellow whale, and 2 big sacks for to wrap all about me. Oh, love of my heart. And if my own dear mother had never been a woman, oh, the brown and the yellow whale, I could tell you as many's another song about the women. Oh, love of my heart.
Right. It's weird to know what to say in between songs when you can't like see or hear anyone. But I'll just say hi to my ma and dad who are watching this downstairs on the telly. Anyway, hello. Right. The next song I sang last night at the Goaling session, and Niamh Parsons got in touch with me today and told me that she had a dream about it, where she was singing it. So I'll sing this one for you, Niamh. It's a song called Sweet Liberty, or Shield's Prayer, and it was written by a fella called John Shield, or Shale the Poet as he was known locally, originally from Portadown, but I think spent a lot of his life in Drogheda, and there's still lots of his songs being sung around there. But I really like this one. Like, sometimes it's hard to believe that a song was written so long ago. I think this one was probably written 1820s, 1830s or something like that. But so Sweet Liberty. I'm gonna try and get a tune off this.
A little Irishman am I, a radical indeed, sir. A radical, I mean to die. It's my religious creed, sir. I love mankind, I do declare. My life has taught me this, sir. Oh, to some my love is quite sincere, to others it is less, sir. Sweet liberty's the thing for me, for it I ever feel sore, and Ireland free from slavery is still the prayer of Shield, sir. That's too low. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. Hey man of my religious creed, suppose he was a bad man, were I to help him in his deed, would I not be a madman? The turkey is my fellow man, the Jew the same indeed, sir. To the infidel I raise my hand, and help him in his need, sir. Sweet liberty's the thing for me, for it I ever feel, sir. And Ireland free from slavery is still the prayer of Shield, sir. If man is just, it's not to me his country or his clan, sir. The earth is all one family, from Adam all began, sir. But he who puts oppression down, well, that's the man for me, sir. And I care not whether black nor brown, his church or country, sir. Sweet liberty's the thing for me, for it I ever feel, sir. And Ireland free from slavery is still the prayer of Shield, sir. I'm still opposed to any strife, I love sweet peace and mirth, sir. I wouldn't hurt nor take the life of any man on earth, sir. But still I'll try all valid means to free my native land, sir, and through all Ireland's lovely plains all tyranny to ban, sir. Sweet liberty's the thing for me, for it I ever feel, sir. And Ireland free from slavery is still the prayer of Shield, sir. Shinna will. Know what I was doing starting at that low, but should have just paid attention to what the tin whistle was telling me. Okay, so I'll do one more now before the break. So I think this is a really interesting song. Like sometimes you hear folklorists and scholars going on about the fact that like over the years, song can get just like whittled down to its emotional core, and like bits and pieces and verses and lines that don't make sense or just have no emotional resonance just kind of get forgotten. So this is a song, it's a version of a song that's more commonly known as like, you know, the Loch Hospital or the Dying Soldier or St. James's Infirmary or whatever, but this one has literally just been like whittled down to just a funeral scene, which I think is really cool that it's still a whole song built around just that little part. But it was recorded from a singer called Mary Doran. She was a traveller who was living up in Newry, I think in 1952, and she was recorded by Peter Kennedy. You can get it on the Folk Tracks series of cassettes, if anyone still listens to them. It's called When I Was in Horseback. Oh, when I was on horseback, wasn't I pretty? When I was on horseback, wasn't I gay? Oh, wasn't I pretty when I entered Cork City, and I met with my downfall on the 14th of May. Get 6 jolly soldiers to carry me coffin. Get 6 jolly soldiers to carry me on high, and let each jolly soldier hold a bunch of red roses, and then for to smell them as we go along. So play the pipe slowly, and play the drum slowly. Sound up the death march as we go along. Will you take me to Tipperary and lay me down easy? For I am a young soldier who never did wrong. Sinna Will.
Mighty stuff in, and sure, that's only halfway through. Thanks very much. Okay, we're going to take a short break, guys, now just for 5 minutes. If you want to go to the bathroom, refill your glass, what have you, mighty stuff in. I'm going to give you guys the ability to unmute yourselves if you want to have a conversation. If you don't, you want to stay quiet, go out of the room, that's fine too. See you in 5.
I'll mute him now. How do you
Get out of this. How do I get out of that? Go out of that,
on lockdown? Okay.
We can't see each other. We have to scroll up and down. Who wants to see that? Oh, because they want us to see that because of something. But I want to see all the people that I can say hello to.
Oh, yes.
Why can't I blare my beautiful voice to everybody all at once? Oh,
Doesn't seem
this is my ear. There we go.
That's my Alison there now. Where is she? She's there, all right. Was it? Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, so lovely to see all these people. I love this person.
Oh, there she is. Yeah, I see.
Is that her?
That's her, yeah.
Hi, folks. Just another few minutes before we get going again. Just so you know, I'm going to nudge one or two of you in the form of a message to kick us off in the second half. Just keep an eye on your private messages if you're there. Okay, folks, we'll get going again. I've asked Anouk to sing the first song for us. I messaged Agnesi and Katerina to sing the second and third songs, hoping they can oblige on that in just a minute. And then after them two, I would ask if Micheál Quinn could sing for us. But I'll unmute Anouk for now. Anouk, are you there?
Yes, I am.
And have you
Can
got
you
a
hear
song
me?
for us? Yes, we can. Have you got a song for us?
Fantastic. Yes, I do. Not in. I'm here in London, so I hope you can all hear me from wherever you are. Not entirely sure about following Ian Lynch, but here we go. Ratcliff Highway, some of you may know, covered by many, many people. My favourite is a band called Stick in the Wheel, who are a London band, and of course the grand and magnificent Christy Moore. So, as I was walking down London from Wapping to the Ratcliff Highway, well, I chanced to go into a gin shop to spend a long night and a day. A young doxy came rolling up to me and asked if I'd money to sport. For a bottle of wine changed a guinea, and quickly replied, "You're my sort." When the bottle was put on the table, there were glasses for everyone. When I asked for the change of my guinea, she tipped me the verse of a song. Oh, well, the lady, she flew in a passion, and placing her hands on her hips, she said, "Sailor, don't you know our fashion? Do you think you're on board of your ship? Well, if this be your fashion to rob me, it's a fashion that I won't abide. So launch out the change of my guinea, or I'll give to you a broadside." Well, a gold watch, it hung on the mantle, so the change of my guinea I take, and down the stairs I ran nimbly, saying, "Damn me old boots, I'm well paid." Well, the night it been dark in my favor, to the river I quickly did creep, and I got on a boat bound for Deptford, got safely on board of my ship. So come all you bold young sailors that ramble down Ratcliff Highway, if you chance to go into a gin shop, be careful how long, lads, you stay, for the wines and the women invite you, and your heart will be all in a rage if you give them a guinea for a bottle. You can go to the devil for your change.
Mighty stuff, Anouk. Thanks very much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that would be a good a great example of a good London song. Although
Yes.
I do recall the Stick in the Wheel gang claiming once that all the songs in London are about either getting robbed or catching a venereal disease. I think that falls in the former category. Brilliant stuff. And yeah, it's a big song in Dublin too. A great singer from here called Luke Cheever sings it, and it was recorded by Ronnie Drew. Thanks very much for that. Okay, I'm going to move over now to Agnesi and Katerina, if they're there. Girls, can you hear me?
Cioè, quindi il gioco ne vale la candela, cioè devo stare in Italia perché tu sei in Italia.
I'm guessing they're not quite ready to sing just yet. The camera is pointed down. They probably didn't get my messages. Not a bother. I will go instead to Micheál Quinn, who has no issue being caught in the hop. Micheál, I'm going to unmute you now, but you have to accept us. How are you, Micheál?
Victoria, how you doing? Lovely singing all night, really good. Well done, Ian, on your first half. For 3 long quarters I have been weaving, and for my wages I was penned down, and for to buy a new suit of clothing I made my way unto Longcookstown. As I went walking up Longcookstown, Nancy whiskey I chanced to smell. Says I to myself, I'll go and taste you. These 3 long quarters I've loved you well. I then went into an alehouse tavern. I asked their pardon for making free, but Nancy met me at every corner. You're heartily welcome, young man, said she. The more I held her, the more I loved her. The more I kissed her, the more she smiled. I soon forgot my mother's teaching, for Nancy whiskey had me beguiled. Well, then around came the landlady. She invited me for to spend the night, with Nancy whiskey as my companion, till tomorrow morning or the daylight. But when I woke up in the morning, I found that I was in a strange bed. I strove to rise, but I was not able, for Nancy whiskey ran in my head. I then went up to the landlady to see the reckoning I'd have to pay. There's 15 shillings for ale and whiskey, and after that you may go or stay. I put my hand into my pocket. That was the money I then paid down. And when I looked into my small purse, all that remained was one bare half-crown. I put my head out of the window, a charming lassie I chanced to spy. With her I spent my 2 and 2 pence, all that remained was a 4-penny buy. Now I'll go back and I'll join my weaving, my little shuttle I'll steer a while, and I will earn more pocket money, for Nancy Whiskey has me beguiled. Thank you.
Wonderful stuff, Michal. Thanks very, very much. Okay, we're going to head over to Aoife Dermody now. I wouldn't have known she was even on the call, only she was lurking in Bernie Dermody's monitor. I'm going to ask to unmute them now, and they have to accept, and I'm much looking forward to it. Are you there, Aoife?
Yeah.
I think we
Hey,
have you.
Darren.
How are you?
Sneaking around in the background. I'm grand. Thanks for asking. I haven't officially come off maternity leave from singing sessions yet. So this is one of my first forays.
It's like when
Thanks, Bernie.
Mike Tyson got out of prison for his first fight.
It's kind of the same thing. So I have to find something that I know really well that I haven't had to practice for 18 months. My love is a well, a deep dropping well, as deep as the bottomless sea. Immersed am I in the well of my love, immersed in ecstasy, immersed in ecstasy. My love is an eagle, and fierce is her cry, as she calls me to mate with her for to fly to the land of the mountain, the mist and the sky, and our young eagles scream at the dawning. Our young eagles scream at the dawning. My love is a frown, royal purple and black, a frown that grows by the rude mountain track, and we'll sink deep our roots in the mountains broad by. Seeds will spread over the mountain. Our seeds will spread over the mountain. My love is a flower, all shy to behold, a primrose that blooms from winter's cold. And I'm going to forget the last words of the verse, 'cause I haven't sang in 18 months at a session. I haven't sang at a session in a year and a half.
Gorgeous stuff, Aoife. I don't even know if Mike Tyson could have knocked this out as good as that. Brilliant stuff. Okay, we are going to head over now to Alison Ford, a wonderful young singer from out in the Knoll locality who we're most happy to have with us. Alison, I'm going to ask to unmute you and you have to accept me. We have you. Alison, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. Have you a song for us?
Yeah, this song called Kill Kelly. It's about the letters between a father and son who emigrated to America during the 1800s. Kill Kelly, Ireland, 1860. My dear and loving son John, your good friend, the schoolmaster Pat McNamara, so good as to write these words down. Your brothers have all gone to find work and the house is so empty and sad. And the crop of potatoes is sorely infected. A third to a half of them bad. And your sister Bridget and Patrick O'Donnell are going to be married in June. And your mother said not to work on the railroad and be sure to come home soon. In Kilkenny, Ireland, 1870, my dear and loving son John, hello to your missus and to your four children. May they grow to be healthy and strong. And Michael has gotten a wee bit of trouble. I guess that he never will learn. And because of the dampness, there's no turf to speak of. And now we have nothing to burn. And Bridget is happy evening, the child first. And now she's got 6 of her own. And you say you found work, but you don't say what kind. Or when you'll be coming home. In Kilkenny, Ireland, 1880, dear Michael and John, my sons, I'm sorry to give you the very sad news, but your dear old mother has gone. We buried her down in the church in Kilkenny. Your brothers and Bridget were there. And you don't have to worry. She died very quickly. Remember her in your prayers. And it's so good to hear that Michael's return. With money he's sure to buy land. As the crop has been poor and people are selling at any price that they can. In Kilkenny, Ireland, 1890, my dear and loving son John, I guess that I must be close on to 80, 30 years since you've gone. Because of all of the money you sent me, I'm still living out on my own. And Michael has built himself a fine house, and Bridget's daughters have grown. Thank you for sending your family picture. They're lovely young women and men. I say that you might even come for a visit. Bird, what a joy to see you again. Uncle Kelly, Ireland, 1892. My dear brother John, I'm sorry that I didn't write you sooner to tell you that Father passed on. He was living with Bridget. She says he was cheerful and healthy right down to the end. I should have seen him play with the grandchildren of Pat McNamara, your friend. And we buried him alongside Mother down at the Kilkelly churchyard. He was a strong and feisty old man, considering his life was so hard. And it's funny, we got talking about you. He called for you in the end. Oh, why don't you think about coming to visit? We don't like to see you again.
Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff, Alison. Thanks so much. I enjoyed listening to you last month and even more this month. Please keep coming along. It's great to have you. Okay. We are going to head over now to the west, but not the west of Ireland, the west of the United States, to my good friend Michael Steen. Michael, I'm going to ask to unmute you and you have to accept. We have you. How are you, Michael?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking me to sing.
My pleasure.
Okay. As I roved out one evening down by the Assembly Mall, I heard two lovers speaking as me and my love passed on. And the words that passed between them, they were but very few. It's not the leaving of Limerick that grieves me, but my darling leaving you. In the morning when I am going, I will take you by the lily white hand, and I'll wave it o'er my shoulder in due to the Limerick strand. So farewell to the boys of Thomond Gate. To you I'll bid adieu. It's not the leaving of Limerick that grieves me, but my darling leaving you. And now that we must be parted, I hope you will understand why I must go broken-hearted far away from the Limerick strand. Though my fond love, I must leave you. You know my heart is true. It's not the leaving of Limerick that grieves me, but my darling leaving you. Thank you.
Gorgeous stuff, Vichelin. Always a pleasure to hear you. All the way from Portland, Oregon. People mightn't realize this, but we back in March, I think, was one of the first Zoom sessions we did. Myself and Michael ran a session in lieu of the Inishowen Song Festival, and the whole thing was Michael's idea. So while I'm sure Zoom sessions would have caught on one way or another, we have Michael to thank for the beginning of the trend in this country, at least. So thanks very much, Michael. Wonderful singing and wonderful initiative. Okay.
Thanks for having me.
We are going to head. Oh, sorry, Michael. I tried to unmute you. Just ignore that. I'm going to go over to John Faulkner now. John, I'm going to ask to unmute you, and you have to accept it. How are you, John? Are you well?
I'm fine, thanks.
And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Drogheda.
Drogheda. Wonderful. Have you got a song for us?
Yeah.
Take it away.
Ian Lynch sang a song from, I suppose you'd say Drogheda, John Shield song there early on. And he died in 1872. And in the latter part of his years, he was friendly with a man from Julianstown called Thomas O'Brien. And they wrote a few songs together. And Thomas O'Brien wrote a lot of songs. So I'm in Drogheda. The man who wrote this is in Julianstown. And you're theoretically in the north, so we're about equidistant from each other. So this is the song he wrote, and he dedicated it to the nationalists in Drogheda. Oh, Drogheda men, be faithful like your fathers in the past, and stand behind your flag that's floating gently in the blast. Come stand ye here with the brave Parnell, and labour tirelessly until your ancient sacred isle is blessed with liberty. Oh, Drogheda men, remember now your country's tales of woe, and think of all the sorrows brought upon her by the foe. And while those thinking ne'er forget that you are still in thrall. For England's crimson flag yet flies above your turrets tall. And Drogheda men, remember how all around the Millmount moat your poor defenceless people were by Cromwell's troopers moaned. And remember all the dreadful deeds done here in bygone years, when babes were slain and clerics' heads were impaled on Saxon spears. And Drogheda men, remember now all your priests and friars slain, or taken out by godless men as prisoners o'er the main. And remember Saint Plunkett, who from hence was driven to die, midst the cheering crowds in Tyburn Square, upon the gallows high. And Drogheda men, remember too the Boyne and Sarsfield's fame, and the haunted priest and the lonely mass, and dreadful 98. And remember all the hot blood shed by river, stream and rill, from the bleak Dunor to Donoghmore, and from Slane to Tara's Hill. And Drogheda men, remember too the gallant youthful maid, who sleepeth now all cold alone, 'neath far Columbia's clay. And remember gallant Leonard, who was hunted to the tomb by foes because he dared to rise his lands from slavery's gloom. So Drogheda men, be faithful now, and let your prayers upswell towards heaven and your chosen chiefs, young Redmond and Parnell, and still strive on for liberty until your flag of green again takes up its rightful place above the sky serene. Shinawell.
Gorgeous stuff, Sean Faulkner. No, I was thrown a bit there with the name being written as John and just the pixelation on Zoom. We've had many great nights up in Drogheda thanks to Sean and the crowd up there, and we look forward to more when the world is somewhat back to normal. Okay, we're going to have one song now from Pippa Noble, and then we're going to head back to Ian for a couple more songs. Pippa, I'm going to unmute you. Oh, it's gone, I can. Are you there, Pippa?
I am. I'm unmute. I think I'm unmuted.
We have you.
Right. Okay. This song is from the singing of Jimmy Doherty, and I heard it on the Initial Song Project link, and here it is. My lonely was a collier lad, he worked hard underground. His meek and mild behaviour, nor his equal can't be found. He had two sparkling blue eyes, and his cheeks were rosy red. But alas, my handsome collier lad lies numbered with the dead. The very night my love was killed, I was lying in my bed. I dreamt he came up to me, and this is what he said. Oh, Nancy, lovely Nancy, for my absence do not mourn, for I am dead and my spirit's fled, never to return. Well, the moon shone in my window, and the stars were shining bright. I heard a low and mournful sound, I think I hear it yet. He laid his head down on my breast, the blood ran in a stream, and when I awoke I cried aloud, thank God it was a dream. It was early the next morning, my dream was testified. The neighbours all came running in, Johnny Snedden's dead, they cried. When working in the seam last night, the roof upon him fell. What grief and woe lies in my heart is more than tongue can tell. Well, the ring was bought and the day was set that married we would be, and me and my love were going to sail unto America. Yes, me and my love were going to sail to a far-off distant shore. But alas, my handsome collier lad, I never will see more. Well, the summertime will come again with all its fleeting glee. The little birds will sweetly sing, and the lambs will sport and play. Well, the young maids will happy be, sure I to death must come on, for the loss of my handsome collier lad, who never will return. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful singing, Pippa. Thank you so much for being with us. It's about the time of day in New Zealand when people are waking up. New Zealand and Australia, although I'm getting a few comments in the streams of different people who have just joined us. So hello to anybody watching in that part of the world. You are most welcome. Okay, well, with that, we're going to go back to our special guest, Mr. Ian Lynch. Ian, I'm going to ask to unmute you, and you have to accept it.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Take it away, sir.
Okay, so I learned this song about a year ago. I was over in Edinburgh for a gig, and a mate of mine, Kane Coy, was living over there, and I went back to his house afterwards to sing songs with him, and he sang this one, and I thought it was very unusual. It has some weird rhyming schemes in it, which I think results from the fact that it was a macaronic song that was translated into English. It's called the Low-Key Elopement. And I want to sing this for your man in his kitchen with his top off, because it looks like he's having a great time. I am a young fellow who's ran out of land and means. In a union with Bacchus, the bottles I've often drained. I courted a damsel whose mother did me degrade. She called me a drunkard, a clown,
and more of the same. Well, I been so offended I bid the old dame goodbye. But I winked at the daughter who gave me the same reply. In private I told her to meet me at Mohill Fair, and we never looked back till we met about noon next day. Well, my love been so loyal and came with such noble speed. The moment I saw her, I told her to mount my steed. The day being advanced, and we having some time to spare, she reached me the bottle and told me to have a drink. When the bottle was finished, to Carrick we made our way. We stopped at an inn where our dinner made no delay. A steak in the pan, and we drank so much Congo tea. Our slumber was restless until the first dawn of day. Next morning right early by auction we sold the mare. Then we took an excursion to Ballasodare by train. In a second-class carriage my lover and I did engage, and the steam was so pushing I thought she would fly to Spain. And that night on my pillow I dreamt that we both were seized. It was then I consulted my lover to cross the main. Our ship she weighed anchor, from Sligo we sailed away. And we dreaded no storm, while Neptune did rule the waves. When we reached up to London, I thought myself mighty safe, till a pair of policemen on Peggy and I did gaze. They had our descriptions, the colour of both of our hair, for a warrant was issued by telegraph news that day. Well, when we were detected, they brought us before the mayor. He signed our committal and sent us to Carrick jail. Her mother then swore that I was both a rogue and a knave, who had ruined her poor daughter and stole all her gold away. While the bench was consulting, the mother no more could say. So they called on the daughter to know what on me she'd swear. She said that I was a most loving, genteel young swain, who was willing and able to work for her night and day. Well, when we were acquitted, my lover and I did embrace. We called on the clergy to join us in love and peace. We paid him 3 guineas to join us in a wedlock band. Now we're living near Carrick, contented as days are long. Thanks very much. Right. What to say about this song? Like, I suppose, yeah, there's like probably about
I think about 50 of the so-called child ballads that are found like traditionally in Ireland, and this isn't one of them. I think this, I could be wrong now, but I don't think anyone was singing this song over here before Luke Kelly started singing it. But it's called the Unquiet Grave. And the wind does blow today, my love. A few small drops of rain. Oh, never have I had the one true love. In cold Calais she is lain. I'll do as much for my own true love as any young man may. I'll sit and I'll mourn all on her grave for a 12-month and a day. When 12-month and a day be o'er, a voice spoke from the deep. Oh, who is this all on my grave that will not let me sleep? 'Tis I, your own true love, who sits all on your grave. Oh, just the one kiss from those clay cold lips, and that is all I crave. You crave one kiss from my clay cold lips. My breath is earthy strong. Oh, had you one kiss from those clay cold lips, your time would not be long. My time be long, or my time be short. Tomorrow or today, may God in heaven have all my soul, but I'll kiss those lips of clay. Oh, see down in yonder garden green, love, where we used to walk, the sweetest flower that ever grew.
lies winder to a stalk. The stalk is withered dry, my love. So will our hearts decay. So make yourself content, my love, till death calls you away. Thanks. Right, I'm gonna get the Shruti box out again. Give it a shot. It's really windy outside, so I have to close the window, but it's again fairly hot now. We'll just open it for a second. So this song I first heard. There was a singer that used to come to the goalie years ago called Terry Timmins, and I heard him singing it one night. It's another English song, and as far as I know, it comes from down around the Devon area. And I think, as far as I can make out, it's a little bit hackneyed in like English sessions. And I remember I asked Eliza about it one night, and I said, "Oh, would this be the equivalent of like singing The Wild Rover in an Irish session?" And she went, "Yeah, but it's grand. We're not in an English session, so I can hopefully get away with it." Woo! So here is a very hackneyed song called "The Sheep Stealer." on another man's ground, and I'll take a fat sheep for me own, with the aid of me knife I will take of its life, and it's then I will carry it home, me brave boys, and it's then I will carry it home. And my children will pull the skin from the ewe, and I will be weathering on when the constable do come. I will stand with my gun, and I'll swear all I have is me own, me brave boys, and I'll swear all I have is me own. I am a brisk lad whose fortune is bad, and I am most wondrous poor. Indeed, I intend my fortune to mend, and to build a house down on the moor, me brave boys, and to build a house down on the
So, okay. Thanks. Right, I had a few different ideas of what to sing last, but I'm gonna sing this one. Because of all the statues that have been getting pulled down lately. Obviously, in this country, we have a long and respected history of pulling down statues, or blowing them up, or defacing them in some other kind of manner. We've been at it a while. So this one, it was a song that was written all about the statue of a man called Field Marshal Hugh Gough. It was in the Phoenix Park, and it was said to be one of the finest equestrian statues in the world. And apparently it was the site of Winston Churchill's earliest childhood memory. But in the 40s, the head was cut off the horse, and then in the 50s it was blown up and it had to be removed. And then I think much more recently it was sold back to England, and it's now in Northumberland in a place called Chillingham Castle. But the song is called Goff's Immortal Statue, and yeah, thanks a million for listening, and thanks to Dara for asking me to come and sing a load of songs in a row. It's been lots of fun. So sound, and I'll see you all another session. So Goff's Immortal Statue. Well, did you hear about it? It happened in the park. The Christmas bells were ringing and the night was very dark. And there neath the depot of the law, he used his saw without a flaw on Goff's immortal statue up in the Phoenix Park. Well, early the next morning, much to our surprise, we saw the headless horseman there before our eyes. His head was gone, I don't know where, up in the air, or to Kildare, like Goff's immortal statue up in the Phoenix Park. Well, the law was set in motion, soon the fun began. Each loyal heart was breaking for that loyal Irishman. The Queen, they say, was seen to weep. She could not grieve, her grief was deep for Goff's immortal statue up in the Phoenix Park. Well, when Nelson heard about it, he shouted to Pannell, how long will I be up here? Charlie, can't you tell? I don't feel safe upon my seat. I may retreat down to the street like Goff's immortal statue up in the Phoenix Park.
Oh, brilliant stuff, Ian. No better man to sing several songs in a row, which these days is a bit of a luxury. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Okay, well, folks, we have about 20 minutes left, and I'm just going to race through a couple of singers. I'm sorry we will not get a chance to get to everybody, but if we didn't get a chance to get to you this month, please come back next month. Make me aware of the fact we didn't get to you, and we'll prioritize you if at all possible. I'm going to head over to New York now to Alice Farrell Perlman, who's going to sing a song for us. Alan, are you there? Alice, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thanks
And have
so
you
much
got a
for
song
asking
for
me,
us?
Dara. And thanks, Ian, for the amazing songs. I'm actually, you can't see, I'm wearing my Lankum t-shirt, which just arrived in time for today. So I thought it only fitting with all that's going on here on the day that's in it being the 4th of July to sing a Woody Guthrie song. So with my husband accompanying me here on the side. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps through the sparkling sands of your diamond deserts, while all around me a voice kept sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining and I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling, as the fog was lifting, a voice was chanting, this land was made for you and me. With a high wall there, they tried to stop me. A sign was painted, said private property, but on the other side, it didn't say nothing. That side was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. In the squares of the city, in the shadow of the steeple, by the relief office, I saw my people as they stood hungry. I stood there wondering if this land was made for you and me. Nobody living can ever stop me as I go walking that freedom highway. Nobody living can ever turn me back. This land was made for you and me. Everybody, this land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. Happy 4th.
Wonderful stuff, Alice. I think everyone got singing along in that one. We had some waving arms. I may have even seen a few lighters. Brilliant. Bye, Berbe. Okay, we're going to head over now to Bilbao, I believe, to hear Itzy. Itzy, can you, I'm going to hit unmute here, but you have to accept it. Are you there? Yes, we have you. Itzy, how are you?
I'm not in Bilbao any longer. I came back last week, so I'm back in Dublin.
Good for us. How are you doing?
Hey, how are you guys? It's good to be back. It's strange, but it's good to be back. And I'm gonna sing Black-Eyed Susan, or I'm gonna try singing Black-Eyed Susan. How can you hear it? Is it okay? The sound okay?
Sounds perfect. Go ahead.
All in the dance, deftly laid moored, she was waiting in the wind. When Black-Eyed Susan came on board, oh, I went too high. Anyway, saying, where shall my true love find? Tell me, oh, young sailors, tell me truth. Does my sweet William, does my sweet William sail among your crew? Willie, who hang upon the yard, rocked by the willows to and fro, soon as her well-known voice he hears, I can cast his eyes below. The cords glide swiftly through his glowing hands, quicker than lightning on the deck he stands. Oh, Susan, Susan, lovely dear, my vows will ever true remain. Me kiss all those falling tears, we'll only were to meet again. Change as gently she winds march on me, the faithful compass The faithful compastas all come to thee. Believe not what the landsmen say. They'll try to tempt their constant mind. They'll say that sailors went away in every port and mistress find. Yes, yes, believe them when they tell you so. For our present, wheresoever I go. If to fair India's coast I sail, the nights are seen in diamonds bright. Red is Africa's spicy and thy skin is thy body so white. The pleasant breezes wheresoever they blow, they bring me memories of my lovely Sue. There was one day that dreadful word, the sails were swelling bosoms fresh. She could no longer stay on board, she turns his eye on her head. Her little boat unwilling rowed to land. Adieu, she cried, and waved her lily hand.
Lovely stuff, Itzy. Thanks so much for coming along and welcome back to Dublin. We're glad to have you.
Thanks.
We'll see you very soon. Okay, going to move over now to Conor Lennon, a Zoom session warrior. He's always there to the bitter end, and we're glad to have him. Conor, going to unmute you now. Can you hear me?
I can, Dara. Thank you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Have you got a song?
Yeah, I have to be honest, I feel like an imposter here. It's absolutely unbelievable listening to all these, to be in such company. Incredible. Thanks, Ian. Thanks, everyone. Ian mentioned Luke Kelly earlier on, so it put me in mind of this when I sang it at one of the lock-ins one night, so I'm going to give it another lash. In 1841, me corduroy breeches I put on. Me corduroy breeches I put on, went working for the railway, the railway. I'm weary of the railway. Now Paddy works on the railway. In 1842, from Hartlepool, I moved me crew. Found myself a job to do, working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway. In 1843, I broke the shovel across me knee. Went to work for the company of the Leeds and Selby Railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway. In 1844, I landed on the Liverpool shore. Me belly was empty, me hands were raw, with working on the railway, the GLO. I'm weary of the railway. Now Paddy works on the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway in 1845, and Daniel O'Connell, he was alive. Daniel O'Connell, he was alive and working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway. In 1846, I changed me trade from carrying bricks. Changed me trade from carrying bricks to working on the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway. In 1847, poor Paddy was thinking of going to heaven. Now Paddy was thinking of going to heaven to work upon the railway, the Milky Way. I'm weary of the railway. Now Paddy works on the railway. I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway.
Lovely stuff, Conor. Brilliant song. Okay, folks, we're just coming to the end. I'm going to squeeze in 3 singers to close us out. The first one is going to be Liam O'Donoghue, who I'll unmute now. We're then going to hear from Nora Rhodes, and then Fergus Russell is going to sing us out for the last song. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you all. If we didn't get to you, once again, it's nothing personal. Please come back next month. We'll make a priority of you. Thanks so much for being with us. Okay, Liam, you are unmuted. Can you hear me?
I can indeed, Dara, yeah.
And have you got a song for us?
I hope so, yeah. So I'll give it a lash anyway. Thanks very much, everybody. And Conor, that was a great, lively one there. So this one is from, I think this is from County Fermanagh, not too far from where I was born. Not 100% on that, but I'll give it a shot anyway. All right. Oh, me name is Mick Maguire, and I'll quickly tell to you of a girl that I admired. She's Katie Donahue. She's fair and fat and 40, and believe me when I say, whenever I come through the door, I could hear her mother say, Johnny, get up from the fire, get up and give your man a sate. Can't you see it's Mr. Maguire, and he's courting your sister Kate. You know very well he owns a farm a little bit out of the town. Now to get up out of that, you impudent brat, let Mr. Maguire sit down. Well, the first time that I met her was at a dance in Tarmagee. But I very kindly asked her she'd dance a step for me. I asked if I could take her home, for she'd be on me way. Whenever I came through the door, could hear her mother say, Johnny, get up from the fire, get up and give your man a sate. Can't you see it's Mr. Maguire, and he's courting your sister Kate. You know very well he owns a farm a little bit out of the town. Harry, get up out of that, you impudent brat, and let Mr. Maguire sit down. And now that we are married, her mother changed her mind, and all because I spent the money her father left behind. She hasn't got the decency to give me the time of day, and whenever I come through the door, I hear her mother say, Johnny, come up to the fire, come up, you're sitting in the draught. Can't you see it's Mr. Maguire, and he nearly drives me daft. Sure, I don't know what gets in him, he's always on the tear. So sit where you are and never you dare give old Maguire the chair. Diddly idle doodle diddle doodle diddly idle da, diddly idle doodle diddle diddly diddly idle da, diddle 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 doody diddly idle da, diddly idly idly doodle diddly diddly andy ya.
Oh, wonderful stuff, Liam. Thanks very much. And tell me this, is that young Lily by your side?
It is indeed, yeah. She has artwork that's what she can contribute. Hers is gone.
That you drew.
Yeah, I drew a bit of it as well.
Well, no pressure. But if Lily ever wants to join us for a song, she's more than welcome, and I can think of a few people who'd be happy to hear her. But
Absolutely.
in the meantime,
Thanks very much, Dara.
No worries. Thank you very much. Okay, we are going to move on now to Ms. Nora Rhodes, a young singer all the way from the United States. Nora, I've unmuted you. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
We can indeed.
Okay. All right, I thought that I could sing Proud Lady Margaret, and so this is Lizzie Higgins' version, and I've been studying it recently, and I quite love her version and her tune. So, yeah. And thank you so much for inviting me to sing today. It's really been such a wonderful session. It was on a night and an evening bright, when the dew began to fall. Lady Margaret was walking up and down, looking o'er the castle wall. She looked west, she looked east, to see what she could spy. When a gallant knight came in her sight, unto her gates drew nigh. God mak ye safe and free, fair maid. God mak ye safe and free. Oh, 'tis your will with me, Sir Knight. Oh, what is your will with me? My will with you is next, my lady. My will with you next, my. And sign there is name your power within. You'll hear my secret all. It's I am come to this castle, lady, for the love of thee. And if you will not grant me love, oh, for your sake I'll die. If you should die for me, Sir Knight, it's free for you will mean. For better men have died for me, what graves are growing green. What is the bird, the first bird, sings next the nightingale? And what is the flare, the What is the colour, the fairest colour, that king or queen can wear? Aye, what is the fleur, the first fleur, they bloom in muir and dale. The primroses, their first fleur, they grow in muir and dale. The mavis, the bonniest bird, sings next the nightingale. And yellow is the fairest colour, that king or queen can wear. Aye, the primroses, they first fleur, they grow in muir and dale. Ye have Ill-washen feet, Margaret, and o'er ill-washen hands. Ye've to coarser robes on your body, and with me ye will not gang. Though worms are more but fellows, though cold clay is my sheet, and the louder that the wind is howl, the sounder day I sleep. My body is buried in Dunfermline, safe far ayond the sea. No peace or rest wonder I get, oh, for the pride of thee. Cast off, sister, his hand, use it nay ony more. For when he had been where I had been, he will repent it cern. They sit in Breary's chair, Margaret, is the lowest seat of hell. And if you want a man yours, it's there that ye maun dwell. to the gloomy clouds in the sky. Thank you.
Lovely, Nora. Thanks so much for being with us once again. Okay, folks. So just before Fergus sings us out, I'm just going to just say a huge thank you to everybody here. It seems we've doubled in viewing numbers between Facebook and YouTube from last month, and these things really only get out by word of mouth. So thank you all very much for that. Yeah, if you are on the YouTube channel, you'll see there's a few links there. One to join the mailing list to find out about more sessions, and another to donate to the Séamus Ennis Arts Centre to help them put on more like this and get us through the lockdown and pay artists and contribute to the arts and culture. What else? Yes, next month we'll be back with the wonderful Nelny Cronin, who I'm very excited about hearing. If you want to join in on that, just contact the Séamus Ennis Arts Centre, get on their website and register again. I'm sure if you're on the mailing list, they'll send you out the details directly. And before I do go on to Fergus, can we just have another virtual round of applause for our wonderful guest, Mr. Ian Lynch. Wonderful. Okay. Fergus Russell, here we have you. Fergus, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. Have you got a song for us?
I do have a song. Just want to say thanks to Ian. Great singing in. Really glad I tuned in. And I wanted to say to all my American friends, 4th of July, it's great to see you on here, and November's coming soon, and you get a chance to even up the score. It was lovely to hear Alice sing "This Land Is My Land, This Land Is Your Land," a great American anthem. Anyway, I'll sing this song. It's sort of an upbeat song. Oh, Pat Rainey's me name. I'm a traveling man. I'll mend your old pots. I'll make you a can. I'm prince among nomads, the king of me clan. Day. I travels the road with me ass and me dog. There's game in the field, there's turf in the bog. I sing like a lark as along we do jog. Day. I camps by the river, I catches a fish. I always have plenty to put in me dish. Me brogues I can mend, me shirt I can stitch. Day. I gathers me pipes, I heads for the town. I finds a good pitch, I sets myself down. I squeeze on the bellows, the throng gather round. Day. I plays Mrs. McLeod and the wind in the gap. It pleases the crowd, they dance and they clap, and many bright shillings they put in me cap. Day. I'm fond of a glass, I think it no crime. I sit in the sheeping with comrades sublime. I'll dance till the dawn, I'm not slave to time. Day. And the housewife each night slips down from the farm. Her husband is cold, but I am quite warm. And here in me tent, she'll come to no harm. Day. When winter comes on, for fear of the damp, I'll whistle me dog down the road we will tramp. And the housewife will sigh when she sees we broke camp. Day. When springtime it blossoms, I'll pass by this way. I'll boil up me billy, I'll make me some tea. I'll check if the buffer has one on the way. Day. Father Rainey's me name, I'm a travelling man. I'll mend your old pots, I'll make you a can. I'm prince among nomads, the king of me clan. Fal da la 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 day. Up la 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 day.
Wonderful stuff, folks. That is all for this month's installment of the singing sessions with the Séamus Ennis Art Centre. We'll be back next month. I've given you the ability to unmute yourselves if you want to say goodnight. But until next time.
Right, all. Right. Thanks, Dar. Thanks, Ian.
Night, night, everybody.
Thanks, Ian. Thanks, everybody.
Well done, Ian.
Lovely, Ian.
Take a bite.
I said everyone.
Where's the art?
I need to expand the page.
No, I don't want to show them this one. With your art.
Bye, Peppa.
Where is it?
Night, night.
Hi, Lisa.
Yeah.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Songs from Donna next time.
Thanks, Sarah.
Night.
Hi, Fergus. Bye, Fergus.